And we are live right here and right now in the farm fields of Valparaiso, Indiana at 10:39 a.m. Wednesday, March 22nd. And we know it's a big day. We do. We know it's a big day because Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman, will be speaking today. First, they will release their decision on what they are doing with interest rates. That release will be 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then following that, around 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central, Jerome Powell will give his press conference. And I'm a little nervous. If you look at those SPY positions we took, we've got 20 contracts on the board, 20 credit spreads. We've got the 401 to 403, currently down 30%. The 400 to 402 currently down 86%. So let's take a look at SPY because it was trending in the direction that I was hoping it would prior to, made a little change on me. You see how it was trending down from up here around 399.67. It started to trend down exactly how I wanted it to prior to the Fed announcement. Because again, I'd like to take the trade off before Jerome Powell before they release their decision on interest rates, because the market is just waiting to do something. The problem is I don't know what it's waiting to do. Is it prepared to go to the moon, or is it prepared to go downtown to Chinatown? I really don't think it's going to be flat. But again, I have no idea. I have no clue, because if they decide to not raise rates, does that signal, okay, here we go, this is great, they're pausing, we can go bananas again? Or does it say, what does the Fed know that we don't know, that they're now so disturbed that they are pausing their plan, which their plan was to continue to raise rates at least this meeting, at least this time. And it even was trending towards 50 basis points. And then the bank started hello, we're going underwater, we can't breathe. And so they had to, or the consensus is that they're changing their mind, and they're either going to a 25 basis point raise or no raise whatsoever. So we will find out, won't we? But I don't want to be in front of any moving trains coming my way. The light at the end of the tunnel better not be a train coming towards my pocketbook. But so I was liking what I was seeing, trending down, 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 and we were getting some breathing room on our credit spreads. And then obviously you see, if you look at down here at the MACD, all of the green action, right, compared to the red. So we're watching that as we speak. We want it to be, I'd love it to be in the 397s prior to the rate being released. Okay, because there's a couple of different reactions I've noticed from the last few Fed meetings. One is the reaction when the rate increases come out. There's that reaction. Then there can be a different reaction once the market hears the actual words from Jerome Powell, because they like to say, what does that mean? Maybe it means this, maybe it means that. So we got to watch that. So we want it to continue to trend down. I'd love to see it in the 397s. Is it possible for us to be in the 397s prior to the release at 1 p.m.? And it's currently 10:43 a.m. Central Standard Time. So that is something we're watching. Another thing is this. I was looking at these Coterra calls. Okay, so I've got 5 contracts expiring on 3/31. And if we look up Coterra, I think my cost basis is under $25 bills. So if we look at Coterra Energy, I've got 800 shares. You don't even know. But our average cost is $24.76, right? And it's currently at $23.92. Well, that's not good news. No, it's not good news for the moment, but it could be good news for possibly taking those 5 calls off the board now and then waiting for Coterra to go green again, which, these energy stocks, they're bouncing all around. Look at the 1 week. It was all the way down here at 22.87, and then it went all the way up to 24.23, and then currently at the 23.89. So it's bouncing all around. which leads me to believe that it will continue to bounce all around. Now, obviously, it is tied directly to natural gas and oil as far as those prices are concerned. But my thinking was if I click into these, the Coterra calls, the 5 calls right here, I put that position on March 7th, okay, collected $300. I could probably get those back for $8 a piece. So that would be $40 bills, right? $40, medium likelihood to fill that order. So it would cost me $40 to close those. Let's go back here, put the 5 in. So there's $40 max cost. So I'd still be at a $260 profit on Coterra. And I'll show you the other thing that we got going for us. So let's go ahead and try to do that now. Review order price adjustment. So I need to be at either 5 or 10. So we won't get it filled at 5. So we'll have to go to 10, which is fine. So we go from $40 cost to $50 cost. I'm okay with it for what I have in mind. And we'll do that live. When the time comes, we'll do it live. So $50 will still be at $250 net profit in less than 3 weeks. So in less than 3 weeks, we'll be at $250 net profit on this particular covered call trade. So this should fill right away. Max cost $50. We're at full ask. So there it is. So now we're at a net of $250. But what I wanted to do is take you back to Coterra to show you that we may be eating our cake and having it too. And the reason I say that is because if we look down here, upcoming activity, at the end of the month, we're already dialed in on a $342 dividend to go along with the $250 net on that call that we just had, right? Okay, so we still have 2 or 3 more call contracts on the board. One is expiring 4/6 that we could look at. We could look at closing that as well, and then just keeping that dry powder of those contracts available for the next green day on Coterra, and then selling them out because we have collected. Oh no, we can't, because we're only 21 because of the time still available in this contract. Oh, that was a roll. That's why. So that was a covered call roll. I'd have to dig into the origin of that trade to see what type of profit we're in. But right now we'll just relax on that because I'd have to spend about $15 to get that out of there. And I would need to know where I'm at because I don't want to just break even. We can just leave it on the board right now, and it should expire at full profit between now and April 6th. So we'll come back to that. But let's look here again. So what is SPY doing to me? It's going back up. So it's putting some pressure, under pressure with the SPY today, with my little eye under pressure. We may even roll the dice. I don't want to do it, but we may just roll the dice through the announcement and through the press conference. Although I have just some sort of sneaking suspicion he's going to be a little bit dovish on his words, just because they probably do know more than we do, and this bank contagion might be a little worse than they're letting on, because old Yellen, sweetheart Yellen, said there's no systemic problem with the banking industry. But how many times have they lied to us before? A lot. Just like the CEO of Signature Bank lied to me days before his bank was shut down. He basically said, "We're good, we're fine. I'm telling you, we're just fine. You are a liar, sir, and I am demanding my money back from all the losses that I'm sitting on like a flaming bag of poo on my front porch." Other thing I'm looking at, look to possibly pull this Blackstone off the table. I'd love to see it at over 60% though. The 83, I'm still rolling the dice and leaving that on for now, because we're way into the money on that because we've rolled that several times. In fact, the origin story of this 83 started at 88. We rolled it to like 85, then 84, then 83, and we collected money all along the way. These Devon calls, in fact, we could probably pull these Devon off right now too. Let's look, because you see Devon is still downtown to Chinatown under $50 a share, but it is up recently. Let's go back to this and check out what Devon's done in the last week. The last week, Devon Energy, it's one of my sweethearts. They're up almost 10%, but that's because they were down so far. I mean, look where they were. Now, we did enter and grab some more shares to lower because we were at like over $54 on our cost basis, and now we've lowered that to $52.39. Plus, we've collected a bunch of premium over time with this. In fact, we should be able to look at it and look at that dividend. Hello, Divvy, $801. That'll buy me, I don't know, one of the plane tickets to Cabo. We leave Saturday for Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. Me, Lady Tanzala, and Kid 3, aka Deuce, aka Bart II. And I think those plane tickets were $1,000 a piece. What? Luckily, we have, what do we have? We have companion status with Southwest. So whenever Lady Tanzalot flies with me, she flies for free. So we had plenty of points to cover those as well, but just talking out loud. See that sweet dividend yield? We like that, 809, 8% on the Devon. Plus, if we look at the history, don't know much about history, but I do know we've collected some dough over time. So we're going to collect that $801 in dividends. We collected 105 here for the cash security put roll. We were buying in here, so we bought 200 shares at $44.98. We bought 200 shares at $51.70. We collected $375 here. We bought over $54 a share there, 300 shares. But then we collected 162 here, 27 there, 53 here, 200 there, $164 there. I mean, look at all the times that we got involved with Devon collecting all those dollars. So I need to put a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet for Devon specifically, but I haven't updated it recently. So I need to do that for you. But if we go to, where are those? Is this it here? I think that's it, right? Let's look at that. So we made that trade on March 8th. It was 3 contracts representing 300 shares. We collected $375. So if we go back and take a look at what that would cost us to get out of right now, and then if we just held it, we held it until another green day, okay, because you see what this stock does. It loves to roll up and down because it is tied directly to oil prices and natural gas. If we look at those 3, there they are, the 3 contracts that we collected over, it was $375. We could close them today for probably $21. Is it going to let me do 7 cents though? Close it for $21, put the rest of that money in our pocket, and then just wait for a good day to sell more covered calls. So that should fill right up. Well, great. You put 1 in there and you had 3. This is how you end up buying 24 contracts on Pfizer instead of selling covered calls. You're right. Hey, wait a minute. That mistake may save us a couple of dollars. Let's see if it does. So we got 2 more contracts. That last one was at 7. This one's at 6. Sometimes things just work out for you. See if those fill while we take a sip of coffee. We'll leave them on the table just to make myself feel better because I messed up on the first trade and wasn't able to close out all 3 and only closed 1. We're getting used to watching your mistakes live. That's why we do it live. We do it live here on the Wealth Snowball, so you can see me learn as we go, or maybe not learn, but I'm definitely learning from some of my mistakes. One of which is, do not trade options on any underlying, on any stock that you do not want to own. So you will probably not see any more episodes of Premium Hunter. Premium Hunter has been canceled, I think, from this network. But we have some action to look through, and I will come back and look at that, decide what we're going to do, because I think we're going to look at IBM and Altria Group for selling some more puts. So we're going to come back, check on that. In the meantime, let's take one last look at the SPY. Just bouncing up and down between 399.08 and 398.79. We want that to be in the 379 or the 397s, before Powell releases the interest rate decision. Otherwise, we might be sweating it out through that decision and through the press conference, which could easily take us to max loss. So stay tuned. I will see you in the next video.